Mohammad IShaq, Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera.
It's a pleasure to join you.
An unprecedented attack, a Gulf country hit, renewed threats by Israel that it will continue to go after what it calls terrorists. Your reaction?
Well, I think this is a totally baseless reason for them to attack a sovereign country. Qatar was, right at the time of attack, was busy in mediation for the peace with the help of US and Egypt. So it's the rogue attitude of an aggressor, which seems to be repeatedly now happening, one country after the other. We have seen Lebanon, we have seen Syria, we have seen Iran, and now it's Qatar. So you see, this is very unfortunate. The international law, international humanitarian rules, the OIC resolutions, UN Security Council resolutions, all seem to be having no effect on one country, which is repeatedly doing what they feel like. So that means multilateral system needs very serious reforms right now. And we had the presidency of the UN Security Council in July. We had a special ministerial thematic subject, multilateralism, settlement of dispute through peace, or peaceful way of settling the disputes. So you see, this is the need of the hour, and I think UN Security Council as well as the UN system itself needs very serious reforms. UN Security Council is basically meant to maintain peace and security in the world, and if its resolutions are just put in the bin, as is happening for so many years, the Israel vis-a-vis Palestine and Gaza, and India vis-a-vis Jammu and Kashmir. So what do we expect from the multilateral system?
You're here in Qatar for this emergency Arab Islamic summit. There was a ministerial meeting. What was discussed? Can this 57-member bloc representing a majority of 2 billion Muslims stop Israel with words?
Well, you see, first of all, the moment this happened, this aggression against the state of Qatar, Pakistan as a UN Security Council non-permanent elected member, we moved with the Somalia and Algeria, the summoning of the special session on this aggression against Israel. We also mobilized with other countries, our partners, the OIC for the emergency summit, and we as well as we activated the human rights body in the Geneva, on the same topic. So we are playing a proactive role as a friend, as a brother, and frankly, because we believe in peace. And I think this aggression was totally uncalled for. Qatar has been doing a great job by promoting peace, by mediation, and right on the day of this attack, actually the authorities were busy trying to create some positive outcome. Probably it is the rogue attitude which led Israel to attack, so that they derail everything. Perhaps they do not want peace to take place. So their expansionist designs, their annexation plans, their displacement roadmaps, they all get implemented. So this summit, in my view, is very important for two reasons. A, having seen the blatant and the belligerent attitude of Israel, country after country, and now against which was totally unexpected, against Qatar, I think it warranted an immediate get-together. But if the countries and the leaders and the statesmen just sit, make strong speeches without a very clear roadmap how to deal with the situation, it will be very sad. I gave, a proposal of 7-point, the goal which must be achieved, and I'm sure with the wisdom and the sagacities and the great experience the leaders will bring with them, I hope then a very clear roadmap is charted out how to deal with the situation.
So you're talking about something beyond words, concrete action.
Yeah, no, but because that's what the Ummah is expecting now. You said 2 billion people. I think they would be all eyeing on this summit. What would come out of it? And the mere declaration would not be enough. You have to give a very clear roadmap in the declaration. What would be the course of action if Israel doesn't stop? Obviously, our entire effort should be that the dialogue route should be adopted. Dialogue diplomacy is the best answer to the solution, no matter how complex, how difficult situations are. So, but if it fails, which it has been failing for the last 2 years at least, so then what next? What next is then some very concrete steps to be taken and the international community to be mobilized. I think on the humanitarian grounds, I have now seen, and even the media is reporting, even non-Muslim countries are favoring, the Muslims who are suffering in Gaza. They have seen the food being weaponized. Almost over 60,000 people have died in the last 2 years. 160,000 have been injured. Women and kids included in both killings and the wounding. So the time is now for as soon as possible, I would say immediate ceasefire, unconditional, and as soon as possible. That is important. Number two, unhindered flow of humanitarian assistance.
Well, I think the first thing would be the ceasefire. But you've talked about concrete steps beyond words. So I know you won't discuss the actual proposal that you've put it out there before it is discussed. But what options are there? Are there legal options? Are there diplomatic options? Are there financial options? There are multiple states which seem to be getting closer to Israel. Can those states exert some pressure? So what are the options that are available to this forum?
Well, obviously, it is the leadership which will decide. But I'm talking as one of the Ummah member.
You're not just an ordinary member of the Ummah. You are representing Pakistan. You're the top diplomat of the only nuclear-armed Muslim country. You talked about the Ummah and Islamic countries. Are they actually, all of them, carrying equal weight? Are they actually doing the jobs they should be doing? Are you satisfied? If not, who should be doing what?
Pakistan believes that no matter how small state and how big state, the dignity and respect should be equal. So we respect no matter smallest of the member state in Ummah or the biggest one. I think that should be the start. Only then you will lead to, if the attitude is like we saw in our own subcontinent, I'm talking about India, Pakistan, that some country claim to be having hegemony, to be the net security provider, to be the captain of the entire region. So you saw what happened between 7th and 10th of May, 4 days, and it all settled. The hegemony is buried, the net security providership is no longer. So, but it doesn't mean.
You're talking about military action there.
No, but if push come to the shelf, we were pushed into the war. Military action, we were pushed into the war. Whatever we did, it was self-defense.
So is that an option now?
Well, vis-a-vis what's happening in Gaza, this is what the leadership has to decide. I think that should be the last. Diplomacy and the dialogue is the best option, frankly speaking. And I think it takes time, but you can reach to a solution when you sit on the table. But if you're not willing to sit on the table, if you're not sincere, if you have your negative and evil designs that I have to expand to A to B and B to C area, then obviously it's a malafide. You will never be sincere on the dialogue. So I think the sincerity of the dialogue is also required.
Your Defense Minister, Khaja Asif, issued a strong warning. He said that no country should think that Gaza crisis will remain limited. You echoed that. If Gaza is targeted today, then tomorrow it could be another nation's turn. Qatar being the latest, could Pakistan be next?
Well, India tried. Israel did, according to our information, gave full support. And the word saw, the claims all got exposed. So we are ready. Again, I repeat, we believe in peace. The nuclear armed state does not want any destabilization in the region, because that will have consequences beyond. At the same time, for a longer run, we need to reform. We are all members of UN, the multilateral system. We all should get together and reform the UN, reform the UN Security Council. The prime goal or the prime responsibility of peace and stability of the UN Security Council. The two countries who have not acted upon its resolutions are Israel and India. One hasn't done anything on Palestine, the other one hasn't done reverse action, usurping the accepted disputed place, Indian occupied Jammu and Kashmir, we call it. And all of a sudden, 5th of August 2019, just reversed everything and deleted even from its own constitution, Article 370, which had recognized that state, as a future member of the plebiscite. So you see, these examples are not very, very good, because these would lead to a lot of frustration and encouragement. So the mechanism has to be evolved within the UN Security Council, that if its resolutions are not acted upon and not implemented, then what practical measures could the UN Security Council and its members can take to control the situation? And that might require physical actions, physical interventions. So I think if it is not done, then multilateral system has already gone too weak.
Well, it is clearly not working in the case of Gaza. You see whatever is happening and has been happening for the last 22 months. You talk about physical action. Do you have any idea of what that could look like? Because we've heard some rumors about a united force, an intervening body away from the United Nations structure, something from this region. Are you talking about a force which could intervene in Gaza from this region? Is that an option on the table?
If we talk this idea vis-a-vis UN Security Council, so there could be a mechanism chalked out. For example, they have very serious sanctions on countries who do not listen to them, and that is a very severe economic dent or pain they can create for any country, number one. If you're talking about this region, so I think it's the recent Arab interactions and the Arab League. I think they've already talked on these lines, some sort of combined security force type. Why not? What's wrong in that? They should. And according to their own capacity, on strength, they should create some mechanism, not for aggression purpose, but for peaceful purpose, for stopping the aggressor, for stopping the occupier, for stopping, somebody who just doesn't listen.
And where does a nuclear-powered Pakistan stand with that?
Nuclear-powered Pakistan obviously would stand as member of the Ummah, will discharge his duty.
What does that mean?
It means we ourselves believe that this is a deterrence which we never intend to use. We never used it. We have no intention to using it. It is only a deterrence. So, but Pakistan is having a very large, known, very effective army, very effective air force, very effective navy. I mean, many times bigger than Pakistan in terms of conventional weapons, because both are nuclear is equal, no matter how small country or how big country you are. So we proved that even conventionally we can beat if we are challenged.
At the United Nations Security Council, Israel invoked the US raid on the Bin Laden compound in Pakistan, and it tried to justify its actions in Qatar. If this cross-border counter-terror raids are illegal, but if that becomes the norm, how do countries react against it, and what is available as an option for this forum to stop it?
Well, number one, this matter has been amply clarified in the world history knows what happened. The whole trail and everything is available. The Israeli representative in recent on Qatar debate used this. You see, this is like avoiding or diverting attention from the main body, that's an old story. History has written it. Everybody knows what happened. And obviously, when Pakistan is the biggest victim and has fought the global war against terrorism and been on the front line, I think these things are just are said to just divert the attention of the viewers.
So now, if Pakistan comes under attack from a country like the United States, for instance, would Pakistan act differently?
Well, we would not allow the breach of our territorial integrity, no matter who, smallest or largest country. We would respond, but I see no reason why US or any other country should do it.
Well, while we're on
India did it, they saw it, what happened to them.
While we're on the issue of the United States, could and should the United States be a guarantor of security, especially what has happened now? Do you think the US is now a reliable, trustworthy security partner?
No, guarantor to whom?
And it was here in these talks, it was a guarantor for Israel. And Israel carried out this attack on Qatar, where the US played no role in stopping it. The US president said that he did not know about that operation. So in the wake of this, what does Pakistan think? Is the US a trustworthy security partner?
We must appreciate the very positive role the US played during India-Pakistan war. We never asked anybody for ceasefire. I talked to almost 60 times to world global capitals before 7th of May, when we had the air battle, and after 10th of May, when we had also got the ground-to-ground battle over, both battles, the air battle and the ground battles. So I know the overwhelming majority of whether the Muslim countries or non-Muslim countries, they want to see peace, diplomacy and dialogue to be practiced by all, and remain within the UN Charter, remain within the international law, remain within the humanitarian law, respect the International Court of Justice decisions. So these all things seem to be just something strange to one country. Why? I expect the wisdom, the background, the expertise, the leaders will bring on the table. They'll come out something which would be positive for the Ummah as well as for the global community.
In terms of action items, if there was one thing that was to be done this week, what would that be?
It would be unfair for me to predict and dilate in this program prior to the...
You're the Foreign Minister of Pakistan. If you were to focus on one thing, what would you ask for?
Well, ask for the immediate ceasefire, unconditional. And whichever means and terms are used to achieve that, that's what is required right now in Gaza. And the flow of, unhindered humanitarian aid. Just rescue every soul you can.
Mr. Dard, the last time we met, it was right after the war ended with India. There is nothing that happens in Pakistan where India is not mentioned. Even during the floods, it's mentioned that India released some water. What is the situation with India right now? Because India still insists that it is out of the water treaties. It is going to continue to do what it wants with the water of Pakistan. Where do things stand now?
I think no country can afford to give up even a drop of water under the current circumstances. People say that the future global wars would be on water, number one. Nobody can walk away from a valid and internationally recognized treaty, which was the treaty between India and Pakistan, known as Indus Waters Treaty, whereby 3 out of 6 rivers, full rights were given to India and 3 were given to Pakistan. We were students at that time, and it was huge criticism on the political leadership why rights of 3 rivers have even been given. Today the situation is completely different. It is illegal to walk away from any treaty. They can't. Even you cannot amend this treaty without having the consensus between the 2 partners. If there is something misunderstanding or requires interpretation, there is a 3-tier system already provided within the treaty itself. So India's wish list of playing with water would not be acceptable. It's not me, it's the National Security Committee of Pakistan, which in reaction to Indian statement of 23rd of April, the Cabinet Committee on Security of India when they decided to declare Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. So Pakistan has already given a response on 24th of April this year that any such action will be treated as an act of war, and we mean it. That's where we stop.
Is there a back channel open with India? Is currently any negotiation happening with India? Is there a third party involved? Are you open to third party involvement?
Well, we don't mind, but India has categorically been stating it's a bilateral, so we don't mind bilateral. But the dialogues have to be comprehensive. It will have dialogue on terrorism, dialogue on trade, on economy, on Jammu and Kashmir, all the subjects which we both have been discussing with. So, incidentally, when the ceasefire offer came through, Secretary Rubio to me on 10th of May around 17 past 8 in the morning, I was told that there would be very soon dialogue between you and India at an independent place. When we met 25th of July, bilateral meeting myself with Secretary Rubio in Washington, I asked him what happened to the dialogue. Says India says that it is a bilateral issue. We don't. So we are not begging for anything. If any country wants dialogue, we are happy. We are welcome. We are a peace-loving country. We believe that dialogue is the way forward. But obviously, it takes two to tango. So unless India wishes to have dialogue, we can't force dialogue. We don't wish to force dialogue.
You mentioned terrorism there in the comprehensive dialogue. India has been mentioned multiple times by various security agencies in Pakistan. The violence in Pakistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, in Balochistan province, both at the hands of TTP and Baloch insurgents, seems to be on the rise. What is Pakistan doing, and how are you going to provide security to your own people who are suffering from this violence?
We have credible evidence that unfortunately some other agencies of other countries are involved, financing, funding.
Who are they?
Well, it's better not to. The evidence has been shared with international agencies. It is on record. So it's better not to mention right now. But I can assure you that Pakistan is ready to deal with. We have demonstrated 2013, 2017 very successfully. We eliminated this terrorism, and this government, which is the younger brother of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, has the same resolve to cleanse Pakistan from this terrorism, and the armed forces led by Syed Asim Munir is fully focused to eliminate terrorism from Pakistan. But unfortunately, as I said, we are the biggest victim of terrorism. We have suffered the most, and still, the fingers are pointed on Pakistan, which is not fair.
You're sending your special envoy to Afghanistan in the next few days. You've also accused Afghanistan of harboring some of these terrorist elements. What is the situation vis-a-vis bilateral issues with Afghanistan, and what do you expect the government to do there?
I think bilateral relations have improved a lot, as you know. After 4 years, I myself visited for a day, 19th of April. We engaged ourselves, we discussed trade, economy, refugees, political, you name a subject we discussed. Whatever promises we made or decisions we took on 19th of April, they were all implemented by 30th of June. And they appreciated this and they acknowledged this. Likewise, for the last 2.5 years, Uzbekistan has been very keen to have Trans-Afghan Railway, which is obviously Uzbekistan, Pakistan, and through Afghanistan. This has been on the back burner, where Uzbekistan was very keen, we were very keen. As a consequence of 19th of April, we saw that 17th of July, a trilateral agreement, framework agreement was signed between the three countries. In Kabul, I and the Foreign Minister of Uzbekistan were both there. Our colleagues, the Railway Minister, the Transport Minister were there, who signed in our presence. So things are moving on. Our ask was only one, it remains, that they should handle and control the terrorist elements, TTP, BLA, Majid Brigade, these type of institutions, and they should just either hand over to us or then push them to somewhere else, because that's not acceptable under any circumstances. So we do not have a big wish list which we ask them. So we are neighbors, we can't change neighbors. You see that we have tried very sincerely even with Bangladesh, and I had 2 days visit, 23rd and 24th of August, very positive. So we want peaceful relations with all the neighbors, including India. But as I said, it takes two to tango. You have to be very sincere. You work together. We are happy to work against terrorism. But then, unfortunately, we have credible evidence that certain other countries, Jafar Express, we have evidence, other incidents in Pakistan, even you might have read just in last 48 hours, 12 soldiers martyred. So these things are not acceptable. So here we have, this is the red line. No matter then what economy, what business, what trade, when it comes to life of the soldiers of Pakistan, obviously, and any Pakistani civilians, then obviously there is no price. We would take any and every action to stop, and that's the resolve.
Mr. IShaq, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera.
It's a pleasure.